All right, picture this. It's the year 2026. The stock market, it's not people shouting on a trading floor anymore. It's silent. It's the hum of servers running AI, making lightning-fast calculations. Today, we're jumping right into that world, a world where fortunes are made and lost in just a single day, all driven by lines of code.
And hey, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. This is the real question that's totally reshaping our markets right now. And the answer? Well, it involves a brand new kind of trading that's incredibly fast, super high stakes, and yeah, it's changing everything.
So, to really get what's going on with this revolution, first we've got to get to know the key players, these robo-traders, and the weird financial thingamajigs they're trading. Okay, so the engine behind all this is something called 0DTE. That stands for 0 days to expiration. Seriously, think about that. It's like the ultimate day trade. We're not talking about stocks you buy and hold for years. Nope. These are contracts that are born in the morning and they're dead by the closing bell. Their entire lifespan is just a few hours.
And here's what makes it so intense. There's no do-over. There's no tomorrow for these options. By 4 p.m. Eastern, they either pay out or they just vanish. Boof. Totally worthless. The clock is always ticking, and man, it ticks fast.
This is exactly where the AI steps in. I mean, the speed you need here is it's basically impossible for a human to keep up. So now you've got this sophisticated software that handles the whole shebang. It reads the market, it picks the trades, it pulls the trigger, all without a single person having to click a button.
But how does it actually work? Like, what is this AI doing every single millisecond? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that's really driving all of this.
The whole thing happens in this crazy non-stop loop, faster than you can imagine. First, the AI just inhales live market data, all of it. Then it's like a super-powered detective, looking for patterns, comparing what's happening right now to thousands of past trading days. And before it even thinks about making a move, it calculates its worst-case scenario. If it finds a pattern it likes and the risk looks okay, bam, it sends the order. But it's not done. It doesn't just set it and forget it. It watches that trade like a hawk, ready to bail in a millisecond if things go south. Now, for this whole system to work, you need a few key ingredients. The AI is always in a race against something called theta, which is basically the value of the option just melting away over time. Think of it like an ice cube on a hot sidewalk. The AI loves what's called implied volatility, which is just a fancy way of saying big market swings. It also needs a huge, liquid playground to operate in, like the S&P 500, plus ridiculously fast brokers, and of course, machine learning models that actually get smarter from their wins and their losses. So think about the scale here. When you have thousands of these AIs trading billions of dollars every single day, it's not just a new way to trade. It actually fundamentally changes the entire rhythm of the market.
To really get your head around how dominant this has become, just look at this number, 60%. This one number tells a massive story about today's market. Yeah, that number, it shows you just how huge this is. We're talking more than half of all the options traded on the S&P 500, the biggest index in the world, are these same-day contracts. That is a massive shift away from long-term investing towards this super short-term, high-speed speculation. This isn't some tiny corner of the market anymore. For big chunks of the trading day, this is the market. And the results are pretty easy to see. Trading volumes, way up. Volatility, those really sharp, sudden price swings during the day, is way more intense. But there's another side to this coin. These powerful tools aren't just for the big Wall Street banks anymore. They're now available to regular retail traders, which is, for better or for worse.
So what does all this mean for you, for me, for anybody trying to navigate this new, crazy fast financial world? How has the game actually changed?
Well, the difference between the old way and the new way is stark. The old way was all about gut feelings, maybe some panic, slow manual clicks, and you always had that risk that some bad news overnight could just wipe you out. The new way? It's pure math. It happens in milliseconds, and the position is always closed by the end of the day. It's pretty easy to see why the machines have an edge here.
So if you want to play in this world, you need a totally new toolkit. Your basic stock trading app just isn't going to cut it. You have to understand the complex math behind options, these variables they call the Greeks. You've got to watch your costs because thousands of little trades add up to thousands of broker fees. And you start to see these predictable waves of action right when the market opens and right before it closes, as all these AIs wake up and go to sleep.
But And this is a big but. With all this incredible speed and power comes some pretty incredible risk. This is not a guaranteed money machine. At its heart, it's a high-speed gamble, and the dangers are very, very real.
Let's be crystal clear about the biggest risk. It's simple. Total capital loss. A single wrong move, a single calculation that's off, a market that zigs when your AI thought it would zag, and poof, your option expires completely worthless. That means every single penny you put into that trade is gone, instantly. No second chances.
And the dangers don't stop there. I mean, what if your internet goes out? Suddenly your AI is blind and your trade is just sitting there totally exposed. Or what if thousands of AIs all try to sell at the exact same millisecond? Well, that's how you get a flash crash. The AI might also be too perfectly trained on old data, so when something totally new and unexpected happens, it just breaks. And of course, the regulators are watching all of this, and they could change the rules of the game at any time.
And all of this leaves us with one final big question. As we hand over more and more of our financial world to these automated systems, it really forces us to ask, in this brave new world of robo-traders, who or what is actually in control?